So I'm here at Karachi airport today, got a flight to Peshawar. Flight's delayed by 3 hours, so just catching up on some work and some emails while I'm here. In Peshawar, I've got a meeting. I've been invited by the Tourism Minister to discuss some of the initiatives that we've done previously. I don't know why he's inviting me. I don't know exactly what it's for, but I'm assuming that he wants to talk about what we can do together in the future and how we can continue to help the country. Our series last year, Changing Perceptions, went viral on social media. We took a group of tourists and travel influencers from across the world to Pakistan. We did a trip across the country. You can watch that series on our YouTube channel, on the CPIC Global YouTube channel. And coincidentally, just now, Pakistan will be rated in the top 10 coolest places to visit in 2019 by Forbes. So it seems like our efforts are working, and now the Tourism Minister wants to discuss what more we can do together. So it's going to be an exciting trip. तो हमने ये किया कि we gathered 5 or 6 influencers from all over the world जो travel के influencers हैं. Alhamdulillah very well. उसकी जो हमारी reviews है total across all social media, उसके जो 50 वीडियोस निकाले हैं. मतलब कुछ बड़े वाले वीडियोस जो सबने देखे, पर छोटे-छोटे क्लिप्स भी अलग-अलग मतलब कहाँ जाते हैं. Total views हमारे इस टाइम पे over 3 million. We had a really good trip in Peshawar. We met with the Tourism Minister Atif Khan, and I was actually really impressed. You know, he seems to be really active. He was very keen on listening to ideas that I had, following on from our tour, the CPIC Park tour, and he wanted us to continue initiatives like this and see how we can collaborate and work together. And it's great to see that the government's working innovatively. They're trying to make things happen. Really encouraging, really encouraging. I had a good meeting.
सामने देखते हैं.
So because we've got so much business over here in Pakistan and I'm coming here so often, I decided to buy a car over here. Although I'm based in Karachi, I bought a car from Islamabad and we're going to go check it out now for the first time. So come join me, guys.
You know, I see this car and my car too.
Now they're going to deliver the car to Karachi, which is probably around about 1,500 miles away from here, just from the top of my head. It's about a 2-hour flight. So they're now going to put the car on a trailer today, deliver it to Karachi. I travel back to Karachi tomorrow evening, so hopefully by the time I get there, the car's going to be there before me. So that's really exciting. I'm really excited and happy about that. And now for the rest of the day, We've got meetings, mostly with government officials. So our first meeting's with a guy called Bukhari. I'm really excited to meet him because he's a young guy, dynamic guy, and he's the special advisor to the Prime Minister for overseas Pakistanis. So really relevant to what we're doing. I've heard a lot of great things about him from different people, and lots of my friends, and seen him around on social media. So I'm really excited to meet him and see what he's got to say about himself. So we're going to leave now for that meeting, and let's go see what's happening. भाई उसको मैंने भी कॉल करके क्लियर किया। So I was really interested to sort of meet him, and honestly really impressed. The new government in Pakistan, the new structure, the new people they're bringing forward, they're so forward thinking, and they're really going to push things forward in the years to come. Just seeing the energy and seeing the positivity and seeing the can-do attitude is the first time for me, because usually in Pakistan when you're meeting these government officials, it's a very much like a slow process, and they're not really talking about actions and next steps and how to move things forward. It's a really like sort of a fluffy conversations you have. This guy was all about action, all about moving things forward. And obviously with my organization CPIC, we've invested just in the last 12 months alone just over $1 billion rupees into Pakistan directly. So for him, he was looking at that and thinking, look, how can we work together more? How can we help you guys? Can we promote your investments? And what can we do together to engage overseas Pakistanis more? So honestly, really impressed by him. The guy's got a great future ahead of him, and he's got my full support. We need more people like that in Pakistan, and 100% behind him, and hats off to him. Great job he's doing, and I'm sure there's huge things ahead in the future for him. So we're here on site now. This is the land that we're looking at. Just had a quick tour around the land. It's a beautiful landscape. It's a hilly area. This is the sort of land that when you look at it, you can just visualize that what could potentially be here. It could be so beautiful. And this is the business that we're in. Buying land, adding value, developing it. It's a short 30-minute drive from the downtown Islamabad, from the heart of Islamabad, on the main road. And I was really excited about this opportunity. Really developing something like this, something landmark that will be one of a kind in the world. This is what gets me out of bed in the morning. We can make a beautiful community over here with hilltop houses, using the landscape of the land, cutting into it and making houses all along it. Beautiful. This is about 100 acres of land that we're looking at over here as an investment opportunity. The thing is that we may not develop it immediately. We probably hold it as an investment because land prices in Pakistan, I'm very bullish on Pakistan, and we're investing heavily over here at the moment. And the reason is land prices in Pakistan in the last 20 years have been doubling every 3 years. So the growth you get over here is sort of 30 to 40% a year. And regardless of whether the market dips a little bit and picks up again, over the course of time, in the medium term, it's rising and the growth is absolutely immense. So even if we don't do anything on this immediately, we're buying to hold it as an investment. In years to come, 30 minutes from downtown Islamabad, this is going to be prime. So when you're doing real estate investment, it's not about looking at what is today. It's about what is this going to be tomorrow. Vision, foresight, that's where you make returns. You go in the middle of downtown Islamabad and you buy a house for yourself, and you pay $1 million, $2 million for an average nice sized house. Yeah, that will give you growth, but it's not going to give you something spectacular. When you invest with vision, when you look at something that you will add value to, you're looking at something that's going to be something in the years to come, and you can understand what the potential is, that vision is what makes you money. Being there at the right place at the right time and understanding where things are going to go. And not only where, for us, it's not even where things are going to go. We make things come. We make it happen. So we will develop a community here. We will bring in the anchors. We will bring in the shopping centres, the homes, which will make this place lively, which will develop the community over here and add value. So really excited about this opportunity. What a beautiful So now we're going to see the next piece of land. This one's on the other side of town. It's about an hour drive away. We're now on 4:45 in the evening, hoping to get there before sunset. Otherwise, we're going to have to go again in the morning. So it's been another hectic day, back to back, looking at new opportunities on how we can invest over here and what the good opportunities are. So see you at the next stop, and let's see what the land over there has in store. So a lot of you may be wondering why I'm here in Pakistan and why living in London, why I'm looking at developing projects or investing in Pakistan. Now, going back around about 2 years ago, the market in London started to falter a little, and I got just a gut instinct that in the times to come ahead, the market's going to slow down in London. There'd been a few years of good growth, 4 or 5 years of good growth. Prices had become like on the higher side. And I just had that gut feeling that something's going to change over here. So I was looking for other opportunities. The very important point to note over there is one thing I always go by is my gut feeling. Gut feeling is so important. When you're that first instinct you get about something, that is so crucial and so important. So you've got to have that intuition. You've got to be listening to yourself, listening to your subconscious mind and what it's telling you and the signals it's giving you. Anyway, so at that time I got those signals that look, London market's slowing down. It hadn't yet, but I could just see some signs that it will be. And now we're right in the middle of that. 2 years on, we're like, London's market is absolutely almost dead. Right? It's very, very slow. If we had not diversified at that point, we would have probably been having to completely change our business model to see what we could do. So anyways, at that time I identified that we need to diversify, and I looked at other options, and the growth in land prices and real estate prices that I've seen in Pakistan over the last 10-15 years have been absolutely phenomenal. Every 3 years the real estate market is doubling. Now, to give you an example, in the UK it's about every 7 years, so it's working at more than twice, it's growing at more than 100% higher than what the UK is. And coming here now, it was a great opportunity and it was a great decision. We've established a great business over here. In the space of 14-15 months, we've invested tens of $millions into the economy. We've got huge projects going on across the country. We're now looking at more projects as well. We've got offices in New York, in London, in Dubai, and over here in Pakistan as well. We've got a team of about 150 people working on this, and it's all been made in the last 14-15 months. And when you look at opportunity and you identify the right opportunity, you're able to execute well, success can come very quickly. Now, just in this short period of time, people are already recognizing us as the market leader for Pakistan real estate overseas. So I identified the opportunity in Pakistan. Then on the other flip side of it, I looked to the Pakistan real estate market and saw a lot of holes in it. The way the market worked, it wasn't mature and it wasn't secure. So overseas investors, they understand the benefits of investing in Pakistan and of investing in the emerging market, but there's a lot of barriers for entry. The way the developers work over here is a little bit rogue overall. They're not working to the standards that we expect in the West, in the UK, in the US. So what we did is we came into the market and filled that gap. We filled that vacuum. We brought British and Western standards of professionalism, of trust, transparency and sincerity into Pakistan's real estate market, and that's why it was so well received. So what business is all about is finding opportunities, looking at problems, solving problems. The bigger the problem, the more people's problem you're solving, the more money you get paid for it. It's really as simple as that. So we're here in Islamabad. It's our last day now. It's Saturday. We're on about 8:30 a.m. I have a breakfast meeting with a friend of mine. He's actually the brother of the tourism minister, and he's arriving here now. So let's see what he's got in store, and then we fly out later on this afternoon. There's no confusing you. आप दोनों ने बिल्कुल ऐसे लगता है आतिफ भाई आ गए खुद. So we're back in Karachi now, and just had a couple of meetings this morning. Checked out a new office in a beachfront tower, which is really nice actually, and going to look to put an offer in for that one. And then had a meeting with an architect regarding some of the lands that we saw in Islamabad. So they're drawing up some concepts, what sort of development we could be looking at over there. And the development which you guys would have saw in Islamabad, the land, the one with the hill, there were some fantastic concepts for that. Really looking at basically utilising the hill and building into the hill, so contouring the land. So opposed to flattening it, retaining the features was something that I really wanted. And some great ideas and concepts on how we can do that and maximise the land. There are great architects who really sort of enjoy working with this sort of space, like hilly sort of land. Most architects they like flat land, plain land where it's just easy, that you build your spine in the middle, which your middle artery and everything comes off that really easy. But some architects are really creative, and the good architects, what they like is they like to use spaces where it's something different, where they can create something unique, and these architects were exactly like that. So really sort of motivated after that meeting that we can create something amazing. We've got a friend coming over who's in the movie production business, and he's bringing a proposal to fund a movie which he's making called Karachi Nights. Now, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say, if I'm allowed to say that, I'll have to check with him. But Karachi Nights is a concept about like these guys who are tackling the underworld in Karachi, but they do it themselves with their own sort of den and lair, and they're sort of planning it all from there and fighting corruption and these big warlords, or in essence, or big underground mafia, sort of these local Karachi superheroes. So really keen to see what he's got going on there. He's a really passionate guy, and when it comes to investing in anything, for me, the main thing you invest in is you invest in the person. It's not the business as such, it's the person executing that business. A good person will make good of something bad. A good person will make an opportunity out of something bad, whereas a bad person can have the best opportunity but he'll still manage to screw it up. So it's all about the person. This guy is really passionate, so I'm keen to see what his idea is and see how he plans on implementing it. And if so, then yeah, it looks like we're going to be the movie production business next. You're always filming, constantly documenting. Yeah. What is the concept? What are you doing?
It's a movie. It's an action comedy which turns to suspense thriller.
Okay.
Yeah, 15. The total cost is right now 32 crores.
Okay.
But BB Bachchan knows that Maverick doesn't, because Maverick is a bit screwed up. Great. That's great.
Because why? I'll tell you why.
Passion.
The person.
Passion.
The guy.
The person.
I know. I'll tell you this now. You can write this down. You will come back and ask for more money. I guarantee you, you're going to come back and ask for more money. I'm telling you this today. But I believe in you and your passion. And when I invest in anything, it's on the person. Not on the business, on the person.
On the person.
And this guy will do it. The guy's so passionate. He's put like 3-4 years worth of work into this now, putting together the concept, putting together what's happening. He's got all the finer details down to a T. The financials look good. I mean, he's looking for an investment of about $500,000, I'd say, there or thereabouts. I think it will go over budget, something like that. I think he's underestimated a lot of the costs. These things, and from my experience, what I've heard from friends and stuff who are involved in the movie business, is regular for these kind of ventures to go over budget. So I think it'll go over budget, but he's asking for $500,000. The returns look decent, but it's interesting. It's just something really cool, and I like passionate people. I like people who have that passion. It's not always necessarily about money. I mean, I'd never ever lose money. Never. I will never lose money. But at the same time, it's not, the returns aren't wow, but at the same time, someone passionate like that, who's focusing his energy on something, I know he'll make a success of this. And whether it's, amazing amounts of money or not, but just be able to fund someone and make someone's dream come true, and help them in their career growth trajectory, I'm all up for that.